So we have to run this command to reset the entire environment. This is a lab setup to prepare for RHCSA exam. These are all the consoles. So the very first question, the IP address. This we need to perform in server console. So network manager text user interface NMTUI, edit a connection. Here come edit, and you can see the IP address which we want to configure here is 172.25.250.10, 172.25.250.10 oblique 24. It's correct. The net mask gateway, this is also fine. DNS gateway domain, this is also fine. lab.example.com, and here this we can remove. This should be manual, the IPv4. IPv6 should be automatic. Leave it as it is and just click on OK. Activate a connection. Here star is there, it means it's activated. You can see it's a toggle. Activate. Now it is activated. Just click on back, set the system name. It is already survey.lab.example.com. It's already set. In exam you will have the host name in question paper. So okay, okay, you have to click tab and then okay, that's it. Let's ping server A. Okay, IP is pinging 172.25.250 and .10. Yes, it's responding, and 254 also is pinging gateway and BNS. So let's access this machine, server A. Now it is accessible. So the very second question is yum configuration. Two repos are already there. Let's create the one repo to configure this. File.repo and base OS is just the ID name or title. Name is equal to base OS. Let's give this URL and enabled equal to 1. The another one repo is name is app stream. That's it. So, so you can see this repo is already configured with this one, these two. Let's remove the other repo to avoid any confusion. Now we only have one single repo. Let's check that. One repo list all okay. Both are enabled. So, so this question 2 is performed. Now question 3 is related with the Apache. So we have to configure the Apache web server with port 82 with firewall and SE Linux enabled, and the web service should be automatically start at boot time during after boot time. So let's go ahead and perform question number 3 first. We are installing the Apache package, which is HTTPD. Now configuration file. We have to enable Apache on port 82 as per the question. So as you can see. Now firewall. So you can see the Apache service is not here and none of the ports are configured here. So let's enable. If you see, it's even not showing here. Why? Because we have not reloaded the firewall CMD firewall. Now you can see it is showing as Apache and which is enabled with the port 82 in the firewall. Let's check the SE Linux status. SE manage port -L pipe sign grep -I HTTP. So here you can see the Apache port is not configured with the type of the SE manage is not configured with the 82. So for this we need to run port -add type. This is the type of boolean. This one SE Linux. This we have to enable. -p protocol TCP with port 82. Let's run this command. Now if you check, you can see port 82 is enabled in the firewall as well as the CLAN access. So now CTL now, so it is enabled. Now if you check the status, it is running. And let me show you the list. Unit -files grep -I the http t showing as a enabled here, this one. And we should enable the firewall D also. So now you can check both the services, the Apache and firewall D, which is showing as enabled now. So question number 3 is performed with all the required details. Let's check the web server whether it is running with the port 82 or not. So you can see this is the IP address of the system. Let me check whether it is running with the port 80 or 82. 80, you can see it's not running. When I check with the 82, it's showing as running. So now the Apache is running on the server with port 82. Let's come to question number 4. It's saying user account with supplementary group. And supplementary is nothing but a secondary group. So let's perform this. We have created the group. Now create user Natasha and Harry should be the member of secondary group, uh, group SysADMS as a secondary member, group member. So user add hyphen capital G is for the secondary and small g is for the primary. Secondary is also called as additional or supplementary group. So we have to Natasha and Harry. Both users have been created. Now create a user named Sarah should have non-interactive shell, and it should not the member of sysadms. So user add hyphen small s is for shell has been slash no log in because it's mentioned here should have non-interactive shell. So it's a non-interactive shell and say username. Now I'm going to give the password for all user, set the password for all user t intent. So ch pass wd Tasha. Now press Control D. That's it. Now you can check ID Natasha Harry all three users. So it is showing as a secondary group sysADMS here, and it is not a member as per the question. Now egrep. So we can see here all three users are in class WD entries. Group also, secondary group member 1002, Natasha and Harry. And shadow also. Let's test the user SSH server A PNTT root. Yes, so you can see ID Natasha, and now Harry also able to log in. Now Sarah, which is this user is having non-interactive shell, so not able to log in because it's not having shell. So it's configured. Now question number 4 is performed and done. Question 5 is cron job that runs every 1 minute, and logger should be is EX200 in progress as the user Natasha. Okay, so we have to configure the cron job for user Natasha. So on tab -L, this is for the root, hyphen L or hyphen user. Nothing is there for Natasha, no cron job. So let's configure hyphen E for edit, hyphen U for user Natasha every 1 minute. So star oblique one, star oblique one, 4 stars, and logger EX200 in progress. Now if we see the cron job is set for user Natasha, you can see the format. First is minute, second is hour, third is the day of the month between 1 to 31, fourth one is the month, fifth is the day of the week. So this is the format. So let's check first the service only. You can check the status. It's running now. So enable also. So, so here it is enabled, and it should execute in every minute. Just verifying. Yeah, so it's executing, so we are good with that. Question 5 is done. Question number 6. So create a collaborative directory. Directory name is home manager UKDI. So home manager ownership of the this directory should be sysadms, the group ownership. So CAGR, once first you check, should be root. Yeah, so CHGRP. SysADMS is the group name, home and manager. Here you can see. So now the group is sysadms. It's set this directory. The directory should have the full permission for all members of sysadms group. So group should have the full permission, but not the other users except root. So root and group should have the full permission, and files created under this directory should have the same group ownership. That means we need to set the SUID. So let's do this with single command chmod. So SUID is to user, or I mean owner group, and other is other should not have any permission. So 2770 and home manager. That's it. You can check now the SUID is performed. So small s means that directory is having the execute permission. If you remove the execute permission, this will show as a capital S. So capital symbol represents that it's not having the executable permission. So we are good with this. Question 6 is performed. Question 7 is NTP synchronize the NTP time of your system with the server classroom.example.com. So first systemctls, ctl conid is the service. It is already running. Let me enable this also. So it's enabled now. So time read ctl, and here NTP is active. If it is not active, like set NTP false, so you can see if it is inactive, then you have to make it active first with this command. It's active now, and then the configuration file from this server, and this entry. That's it. You can restart also. Check the status. It's running now, and command to check Cron sources -v. So cap is showing as a server, star is showing as a current and synced. So cap star is there with the server and it is synced. So the required task is done, and Everything is configured. It is synchronized. Server is synchronized. AutoFS. Is the entry we need to do. Dot .nes miscellaneous file. First, we need to make an entry in auto.master. This is for the auto mounting. So this directory 10% at last, and we are done with the required entry. Check. So your entry is done. Guests. And dot service is not required. You can directly run this. Check the status. Running. Services enabled. You can check AutoFS. So this is enabled. So we are done with this question number 8. So we need to log in through this LDAP user 1 to 20. So we need to just simply run this su-LDAP user, whatever is mentioned in here. It is not configured. That's the reason. M% will take care of all users. So ACL. Next question is, so let's perform question number 9. So first copy CP file. So it required this recursive. Copy in var/tmp. So it's copied var/tmp/. On this file, we need to perform ACL. We need to apply ACL, access control list. So get FSEL is the command to check the status. Now it is already owner is root, group is root, and the other permissions. So let's set FSEL -m is to modify. So first copy, we have already copied the file. FSTF should be owned by the root. It is owned by the already root. Should be belongs to the group root. It is already belongs to group root. FSTF should not be executable by anyone. Okay, Sarah should be able to read write, and Harry can neither read or write. So let's user Sarah should have the read write, and the user Harry should not have any rights in this file, and other should. So here Sarah should be able to read write. Harry can neither read or write. Other users should be able to read. So that's the reason other users, all users should be able to read. So let's continue. So now at FSCL, all the required permissions have been set, and you can see there is a plus symbol which shows the ACL is applied. So we are done with this question number 9. Let's perform question number 10. User Bob with UID 2112 and set the password troot. So user add -u with 2112. U is the UID and username is Bob, and pass WD Bob with the password T that's it. Bobby is having UID 2112, and you can see server T. Bob is able to log in with the troot and password, so it's done. You can check in grep. Let's say Bob etc pass WD Pro and shadow. That's it. Question number 11. Locate all files owned by Harry and copy to the directory. This directory we need to create. So mkdir this so now let's run this command. Locate all files. So find in root with hyphen username is Harry, and execute vcp command with. Always remember, put the F at very last. Sometimes when you use the switch F, uh, prior to other switches that may uh, read as a file also, right? So here forcefully, the F is the forcefully. So yeah, to avoid any concern, put the F at very last, especially when you are using the tar utility. So here, then this is the command. So yeah, so all the files have been copied. You can see user files and all the files. The task is done. 11 question is performed. Now 12 string ich from this file. So first find the string ich from this file and put it into the root lines file. Okay, grab ich, or you can directly grab ich exact string, and then let's check many words. So 1717. Put this in which file? Root lines. We are done. Let's verify. Yeah, let's check this also. So task is done. So you have to run this command to fulfill this requirement. 12 is done. 13, create an archive. So now under root backup data. Okay. So we have to create a bz2 file. cd/root. Yeah. Now tar-c VJF. J is for BZ2, capital Z is for XZ, capital J is for XZ. So first target and user local. So now it's done. You can see this compressed file is compressed with the BZ2. So all the 13 questions have been performed in server A, node 1 or workstation 1. Now the second, all these questions we need to perform in server 2 or node 2. So we don't, it has been instructed that we don't have to do anything with this disk. VDA, VDB we can use for swap and LVM, and VDC will be used for Stratus. Other disk we can use for video also. So first we need to perform this root user password and make it as troot, and so we need to crack this. So let's go to the, let's exit from the server A. We are in foundation machine now. So this is the server B. So here it has been instructed that root password is troot, so right now we don't have the password of this machine. You can see this is read by default, but in exam we have to reset that. So assume that we don't have the password of this machine, right? It should be logging with the troot, which is not. So we need to change the root password. So for this we need to You have to come here, press E, edit, come to this line, line X, at very end, rd dot break equal to tty1 terminal type 1 and press Ctrl X. That's it. And we will enter into the single user mode, which is rescue mode. Yeah, so we have to run mount hyphen o option remount comma rw slash sysroot sysroot and passwd root t. So updated now. So here we need to create one file, touch slash dot auto. So please take care of the spelling here, label. This should be auto relabel. Check that. Yes, auto relabel is created. Exit, exit. That's it. Now after reboot of this server, we should be able to log in with the password trootent. You can see here it is relabeling. So this is very important. Question number 15 is yum, same what we performed in server A. So I will copy the file repo and to make the repository enable here, so that this is the same question we need to perform here also in server B. Then this may take some time. Now you can see root and then T. I'm able to log in on this machine. Now NMCLI Network Manager command line interface. Sorry, it should be a NMCLI connection show. You can see I'm able to ping server B, which is the IP 11.11. Let's access from outside, and it is question number 14 is done. So server B, intent. I need to run one script here to configure all these PV and VG because it is not there, so we need to perform. So you can see none of the PV, VG or LV is configured here. So uh, wget this script. So you can see this script will create all these things. It will create PV, physical volume, and all this. It is configured here. So now let's run this. So even the password is reset it with the red hat. Sorry, it's red hat 123. No problem. Password root set with the root. Now you can see the PV and VGs are available. It is configured. That script is configured. Configure this thing. Let's move to question number 15. Yum repository. So simply I'm copying from here. So yes. So now just for check. So you can see the Apache. Yeah. So our repository is functional. Question 15 is done. Resize the logical volume, resize the mylv to in between 200 to 300 MB. So let's check first. Question 16. LSBLK. So you can see in VDB, mylv is configured with 160M, and still we have the free size. So let's extend this LV extend with it should be in between 200 to 300, so it is already 160, so I'm adding with the plus 100 MB, plus 100 MB slash there slash mygLV and resize to FS uh, myvg. Yes, so now you can see it's 260, so the requirement is done as per the question. It should be in between 200 to 300 and mylv, and it is read writable, so you can see mnp mylv. So cd slash mnp slash mylv. So, yeah, so You can see it is from the VDB1 to 60. Fine. Question is done. Question number 17, add a swap partition of 512 MB and mount it permanently. So let's check what is the swap status. It's configured with the VDB2, and here you can see one swap is there already with the 1 GB TM. You can see it's 1 GB 024 MB, and so let's configure the 512 MB swap. Uh, the For the swap we need to use VDB. I mean swap and LVM we need to use VDB disk. So have disk slash dev slash VDB. First we need to check how much free space is there. So 3.5 GB is still available. Check the partition. VDB2 is already there with the swap. So create a new partition. It's a primary by default. Partition number 3, that's fine. First sector, that's fine. Second, the last sector plus 512 MB. Check the partition. Now you can see VDB3 is there, but it is with the ID 83 Linux. For the swap, it should be 82. So uh, check L. Uh, Sorry, it's partition. So type first we need to type for 3. Now L is for to list all the codes. You can see here the 83 is for Linux, 82 is for swap. You can see 80 is for the Linux LVM. So we need to create the swap here. We'll use 82. So 82. Now you can see it is 82 5.2 MB, and now I'm going to write this part prob and then mk swap. Yeah, mk swap. Which one is slash dev slash vdb3? Yeah, this is the UUID. Take an lsblk also. So here you can see VDB3 sorry, VDB3. Yeah, this is also a swap, and this is the UUID which we copied 5. So let's copy this UUID and make it permanent. Make a new entry, swap, mounted with the swap, and swap is the file system, and permissions are defaults, dump value and fsck value. That's it. Just run mount hyphen a and mount. You can see the lsblk. Only one swap is showing. Why? Because the swap on hyphen a is not ran. Now we can see both the swaps are visible here, and even it is configured with the additional 512 MB. So earlier it was 1 GB, and check the status, both are on. So we are done with the question uh, 17. Subpartition is done. Now create a logical volume and mount it permanently. Mount it permanently. So create. We are going to create the logical volume. The volume name is W share, the logical, and with the 50 PE size. And the group volume, the each PE size should be 8 MBs, and it should be mount uh, on MNTW share with the file system vfat. So again, we have to use the VDB to perform this question. So first we have extended the LV, we have created the swap. Now we are going to create a new logical volume LV with the name W share. So let's create this fdisk slash dev slash VDB. Check the size, free size, it is 3 GB available. All three primary partitions are done, so create the new one. It should be extended, and because after three it is not allowed to create the fourth one as a primary. Three primaries are there, so extended partition 4, first sector, last sector. Now so 50 PE, so calculate this 50 PE and 8 MB. 8 multiplied by 50, 400 MB size needs to configure with this LV W share. So 400 MB we required, but as we have 3 GB, so I am creating here plus 1 G. Now check the partition, it is extended. Now we need to change the type of this partition, so just type T and partition 4 capital L. As I said earlier, 8 is the Linux LVM, so 8E. Now check, it is the Linux LVM, it is configured. Is now write this to disk and part probe, that's fine. Now first we need to create the PV, because PVS, you can see the status of PVS, VGS and LVS. Now I'm going to create PV create slash dev slash VDB. The partition is VDB4. Be careful while providing this VDB4. Now it's added successfully. You can see PVS VDB4 is added. Now, after PV create, we need to create the VG create hyphen as for the small, as for the size of the PE, which should be 8 M, and then we need to create the VG with the name W group. Yeah. So it should be W group and VDB4. Yeah, it's there now. You can check PVS VGS, it is there. Now LV create hyphen small s, L is for to provide the P physical extent size, and here 50 P 50 with, and now we need to create with the name W share from the group W. It is successfully created. Now you can check LVS. So W share is created. Now we need to mount it on MNT W share. Let's format the partition with the vfat, because it is mentioned here with the file system vfat mkfs dot vfat hyphen v is for the verbose slash dev slash w group and w share. It's done. Now for the permanent mounting, now you can see the new LV has been created with the 400 MB size. Please note here the 50 PE multiplied by 8 MB, it's a 400 MB. So when you create the VG with the 8 MB per physical extent. And when you create the 50p, when we have created the 50p, it is automatically, counted with the 400 MB. So now permanent mounting. So VLK ID. So here, this is the path. This is the UID of that. So VI tab. It should be mounted in MNT share. VFAT. The file system is VFAT. Defaults permissions are defaults 00. The first is the dump value 0 or 1. The last one is the FSCK file system consistency check order, which may be 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to, but I don't want to check this file system. So 00. Now I'm running mount hyphen a. You can see successfully it ran, and when I run the mount command, you can see here it is mounted to W share, and you can see here to verify and confirm the W share is mounted in the MNT W share. Let's go to this. Let's write this file in the MNT file 1.txt, and we are able to write. Yes, it's writable as verified. Yeah, we are done. So question number 18 is performed. Question number 19 is Stratus. 20 19 is having two questions, either this or this you can perform, and 21 is for the tuned profile. So let's perform question number 19, Stratus. Should we use unpartitioned disk? The volume name is Stratus FS belongs to Stratus pool, and the volume must be mounted in the Stratus volume. Place a copy. We need to copy this file to this volume after creating all these and take the snapshot. So fine. So here first yum install Stratus, the package and all. It's done. Now you can see the status is enabled. It's running, and list unit files. So it is enabled. You can see now. So Stratus pull create Stratus pull from here. We can't use VDC because we have already used this. Sorry, we can't use the VDB. Now VDC is suggested to use for the Stratus, so I'm using. Be careful with that. VDC. Now it is created. Now check the Stratus pull list. Here it is created. Now Stratus file system. Stratus file system create. Uh, Here it's name Stratus pull and then Stratus FS. You can see it is created. Yes. Now the third one is we need to copy to the, so we can copy some file to this file system. It is by default created as a XFS, and now here we need to run this command. It is file system snapshot. It is full fs. As suggested here, snap or Stratus snap. So Stratus snap, I am creating the Stratus snapshot from this. So you can see now snapshot is also created successfully with the name Stratus snap. And let's make a permanent mounting of this first. So what is the UUID? When you are running this command, here you can see the UUID is the Stratus UUID is 613D 6D3. So we need to copy this UUID for permanent mounting. You have to come last and remove the double quotes, and it is mounted in, should be mounted in Stratus volume. Volume must be mounted in Stratus volume. So by default, the it is created with the XFS and defaults, comma x hyphen systemd dot equal to dot. So this is these permissions we required, hence we have mentioned for this service Stratus D. Be very careful while mentioning this. It should be in the correct format and 00. That's fine. We are done with that. Let's mount hyphen A. Yes, all things are mounted. You can see it is successfully mounted here. Status volume, and you can see we have used VDC for the status. Now to perform this video, either you need to perform the Stratus or video. So I'm performing video also. So for this, yum install kmod k video star, or you can simply mention video star hyphen y. Now it's nothing, it's the package is already there. So let's move system ctl ctl enable video, that's it. And so video start, and you can check the status also. So now first we need to create the video, and it should be mount in the video mount. So that's fine. We need to create with the capital, this is capital, so be careful. Whatever mentioned in the question you have to perform. Use the unpartitioned disk, okay, fine. So so we have one unpartitioned disk which is vdd, and so let's perform this video creation. So video create, first we need to give a name, should be video one as per the question, yeah. And then device equal to slash dev slash vdd, because it's a free unpartitioned disk, and video logical size equals to, here it is mentioned as a 50G. So I'm creating here as a 50G, that's it. And here you have to format the video, and we first check the, let's format first with the video. uh, it should be format with the XFS. So mkfs dot xfs hyphen k slash dev slash mapper slash, it's a video one. Yeah, it's done. And now uh, just run blkid to check the UUID of the video. So here you can use video or be this one UUID also. So vi slash etc slash fstab, or you can mention the, instead of UUID you can mention the uh, let me mention this one also. So here just mention this, and this should be mount in video mount permanently. So file system xfs, and defaults permission is x hyphen system d dot requires equal to video dot service. That's it. Now here you can see the fstep file. Let me show you clearly. This is the fstep file. So once you perform the video, And here you can see lsblk, the video is created with the vdd, and this question is performed. Both the question of have been performed. And the last one is tuning. Choose the recommended tuning, which is a recommended tune the profile. So yum install tune the star and y package is already there. You're good with that. Systemctl tune start. Just tune the, it's also running. Good with that. Now to perform this question, this is the recommended type of the tuned profile. So you have to run the command tuned-adm, and you can run this list. The active profile is balanced, so whatever the recommended tuned-adm is, you can check the active here. It is showing as balance. What is the recommend? Command is virtual guest, so you need to run the command tuned-adm uh, profile, and then this one virtual guest. So this is the recommended one. And now you can see what is the active one is the recommended profile for the tuning. So we are done with this question also. So all these 20 questions have been performed. So here you can see the lv and this lv, these two lv and Stratus. So video is not mounted yet, so I need to run mount hyphen a. Okay, video mount, there is some problem. Okay, it is not created video mount. That's the reason. Video mount. So be careful with this. Mkdir slash mount, and now run the command mount hyphen a. It's done. You can check it. Everything is mounted. BFST. So before reboot system, check status and video should be mounted properly. The LV and all these things. So status, everything is should be in the right mode, configured correctly. And now I'm going to bounce this machine, reboot this machine. And now let's check on the server console, server B, and this is rebooting. So we are done with all the questions of RHCSA exam for the version well 8. 70% is are passing marks for this, and here 20 to 23 questions may come. The other additional questions are some sudo related or login .daps file related, like to change the password warning age and all these. So we are done with all the questions, and now the server is rebooting, and all the file system should come up properly. That means that indicates that you have performed all the questions in a correct way, correct manner. This may take some time. Yeah, now you can see the server is booting. Successfully came up. Let's access the server. And very first you can see all the file systems are mounted, the video, Stratus and all these, the LVs, and so we are good with this. And thanks all.